I want to see which ones. There looks like there's a lot more in here. So I'm going to put this one in the back. I don't know why there would be a different amount, but it does look like it. Just let me know if I miss a step. Are you videoing?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I didn't say that. I won't miss a step. I want to make sure that we don't forget to take the cork out of the queen cage. I'm putting these gloves on so that I don't get stung. And there you can see the can of sugar syrup. And again, that's what the bees have been eating while they've been traveling. We're going to go ahead and try to pop that can of sugar syrup out, while at the same time we're going to try to get the queen without letting a lot of the bees out. So there's a couple of stragglers that are flying around, but I think we'll be okay. Again, hence the protective gear. Remember last year when we bought the bees, we bought a nuke. So we didn't have to install packages. The nukes came, we just dropped the frames in and went from there. So it was a different process, but pretty simple. So far, so good on this process. And there's quite a few bees on here for the sugar syrup. I'm just going to set that in there and let them do their thing. Then I've got to get the queen out. I should have sprayed them probably, but that's okay.
You want the sugar water?
Not yet. Probably wouldn't hurt to spray them a little bit, then that way they won't get so excited. Again, this is a mixture of water and sugar syrup, and the main reason for this is to go ahead and so the bees don't fly so much. We don't want the bees flying around. The main goal is to get them down into the beehive and get them to stay there, and then that way when we go ahead and release everything, that we won't have the bees flying around. So we'll wait and see. We're going to get this queen out of here. And I know the Fat Bee Man said that if the queen falls down in there, the only problem is you got to reach down in there and grab her. So we're trying not to do that. But that staple's in there pretty good, I might say. Trying to get that staple out. There we go. Oop. Okay, staple's out. We're going to pull the queen. And there's lots of bees. There's a lot of attendants, and we're going to just take the queen right over here. So that's what we want. There's the cork. Okay, we're going to set her down there. We want to try to get it so that we can see her. I'm going to have to pop that cork off without getting the bees too anxious. Watch yourself here, not to sneak in there. Let me get some of my tools over here, maybe. Make sure the queen's good. She should be in there. She should be marked. There's a lot more bees on my queen cage than there was on any of the other ones I saw.
Did you have to shake it maybe before?
I don't know, but there's a lot of them on there, and that's okay. Yep, there's the queen. So you can see the queen. She's got sort of a fluorescent color to her. You'll see her walk by. See her?
Wait a minute. Back.
You'll see the color. Let me get these guys. You'll see the colors right on the back of her. Right there
Yep.
she is, the bigger bee. See her?
Yep.
Okay. So we're going to try to pop this cork off. And remember, the Fat Bee Man said you make sure the queen is away from the end.
Do you have the marshmallow?
Yep. There she is. A little bit of a time.
What are you doing?
I'm putting the marshmallow in the hole so that the queen cannot get out of there right away. We want the bees to eat that through, and then ideally when they do that, then they'll know that the queen has been accepted. I'm going to put my queen on these frames. Probably one rubber band is enough. You think that looks good?
Mm-hmm.
You see the queen?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Here's the sugar syrup. I'm just going to leave that there. Now I'm going to spray the bees down and I'm going to pop them into the hive. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Gotta get my spray again. And then there's going to be a lot of them, and if we have to put the other hive on, we can. The other hive on. Okay, so we're going to bring it right over to the bar. Remember, we're going to snap it down so that the bees come off the top, okay? Kind of violently, and you'll see that, but that's okay. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
So they're off the top for the most part, which is the goal. I'm going to set that aside. Now we're just going to shake the bees in. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
There they go. So, you want to see the bees down in there. Just be careful with yourself. I'm going to set this here because then these bees will come right out and go right into that hive. But there's the bees. I probably should just put, I've got to get them so that they get down in the frames, and I have a little brush. And a little bit of smoke to maybe drive them down into the hive. I need to spread them out so that I don't crush them when I'm putting the frames in, because I have a lot of frames to come in. Yep, and that's a lot of bees. Just start to work these down in here a little bit. I have to be careful not to hurt the bees. I want to get the queen in there so that she's protected. not be able to get all these frames in there, I don't know. Okay, any questions?
No.
Okay, I think I'm going to take the sugar water off, okay, because ours has a lot of honey. So I'm just going to set the sugar water here so that the bees have access to it. I'm going to set it on that cinder block with the idea that it will stay there. So now I'm going to go ahead and cover this up. We have the inner cover, and those bees will start to work their way back up through here. Pretty soon they'll be coming out. Okay, any questions?
Nope.
Okay, so we have the soon-to-be empty package that the bees came in. We'll leave this by the entrance so that the bees will go right into the hive. Then we should be all set.
All right.